Hello and welcome to the production schedule walkthrough. The production schedule is where you actually assign a work order to a team for a day. Let's go and see how it works. First of all, production schedule, you just click here on the project's production schedule, and you'll be presented with the schedule. First of all, the first column is the teams. You have one day before, so in that case here it's Sunday, and then you have 5 days ahead, so you have a total of 7 days showing up. The days in the past are in gray, because you cannot move stuff in there because it's in the past, right? And the days in the future, the days with yellow is actually weekends and holidays. Again, you cannot drop things in there. I'll show you how you can actually work on holidays and work on weekends, but you cannot actually drop things in there. And the software will actually move the work order over those weekends whenever they are. That's the interface. If you want to remove, unscheduled, you just let's first look at the bottom here. So you have the current. So this is all the work orders for the current week. So whatever week we show at the top here, you have the current work order here. On the scheduled section, you have all the scheduled work order that you have. And on the unscheduled section, this is all the work orders that you have to schedule. All the work orders that needs to be assigned to a team in a day. So you can see all that at the top here. And another thing is at the top here, you have also a 3-month view of whatever you have inside your schedule. So you can see, based on those red dots and there's a dot per team, you'll be able to see, which days are actually filled out and where you have availability. And as you can see here, we're in December, so 25th, 26th, the 1st of January are all holidays, and those are actually marked as such in there. And you can move from months to months as you wish in there. So let's close that and come back to this week. So let's schedule that. So the scheduling is really easy. You just click and drag. So you click, you drag, you put it like, let's put it on this day. And it's gonna fill out the day in here and use as many time as it needs. What do I mean by that? As many times as it needs. Here I have 28 hours scheduled, and for that we have one resource. So that's why it's spanning many days in there. So if I put, let's say that's a 5-employee project and click OK, it's gonna put it back to 1 day. So whenever you schedule ahead, you might want to put the numbers of employees in there for the team, and that will be schedule the work for the numbers of days as needed. But the closer and closer you come to the actual date the project is starting, you might want to actually assign team members to that. So really assign the names of your employees in there. There's two nice things that this does is you can alert them the day before that they have a project at this address, or the team lead, whenever he enters the time, will already have the list of employees pre-populated for him, so he doesn't have to write down anything or stuff like that. So this is faster for the team lead. So you can create that, and now you can see that it's only 1 day instead of 4 days like before, because it's 8 hours per day. 5 people, that's 40 hours, so 28 hours time is plenty. You can fit that for 5 person. You can see here, whenever you have some times added to a project, it's gonna show up in green in there. So we have 50% time in there showing up, and that's the green turns to red when you actually bust the time that was allowed for that work order. And so what else is showing up in there? Let's put two employees inside here so that we have a little bit more space. So you have the project and work order ID. You have the client name, and you have the city where the work will be done. You have also the technology here. In that case, I don't have any. But if you have, let's say, a company that does isolation, and you have like trucks that are, for a different job, like cellulose or polyurethane or something like that, you can have the technology showing up in there, so you know that you cannot assign that to this team because this is a specialized team on something different or something like that. And then you have the start date here, which is the 19th of December, which is the Tuesday here. And then you can also click on this little icon at the top here and see the team members. So this is what I just showed you, the same thing. It does the same thing as clicking on that button here. You can also notify the team. This is the same thing as clicking on that button here, and I'll come back to that. And the holiday schedule, this is the same thing as clicking on that button here. So if you click on that button here, what it does is the actual the day before, around 4 o'clock or something, it's gonna send an email to all the team members and team lead on that team, saying, your project for tomorrow is this project, and it's at this address. So it's just a convenient way of telling them, this is where you're gonna work tomorrow. So depends on how you work and how you do how you do your stuff, but this can be really helpful. And then the same, if you click on the little calendar here, it's going to present you the holiday assignment. So you can actually say, I want to work on Saturdays, I want to work on Sundays, I want to work on holidays. So what it does, let's say if I put I want to work on Saturday on this one and move it to the Friday, it's going to show up on the Saturday. But if I click in there and say, no, I don't want to work on Saturdays, it's going to recompute everything, and then it's not working on Saturdays, and it's splitting it in two. And since we have Christmas, it's gonna go to the Wednesday the week after. So this is quite nice to actually do the your work availability and all that stuff. It's gonna schedule all the things just for you. So let's say we change that back to, yes, we want to work on holiday on Saturday. It's going to show up in there, and I can move that around. It's going to stick with that whenever I move it around. And now you see I don't have anything on the unscheduled section. I have something on the schedule and the current. And if I move that to the actual, if I move that to the next week, like we did, you'll see here that on the current only have one, but on the schedule I have two because of the ones that are on the week before. So this is really how it works on the production schedule. You can also edit the color of your team, the number of employees, have also assignment of team members, which will be used for every new assignment that you do. I encourage you to do some testing to try out how it works. And if you have any more questions, just click on the little chat icon at the bottom and speak to our support team. They'll be more than happy to actually help you with that and how to achieve the most with the production schedule. So have a great day. Thank you.